right, wow, that's a lot of stuff going on. That's great. Yes, I represent Adobe. I'm also on the Magento Association, and I know that we meet regularly and we talk about a lot of stuff. Matthias, thanks for summarizing it all. That's a lot that's happening, and I'm super excited. Anyway, thank you again, everyone here, for waking up with us this morning and for an action-packed day. It's going to be exciting, as it always is. Thank you, Ravi and team, for organizing such a wonderful event. I mean, the logistics behind an event like this, whether it's cozy and sort of communal, logistics are always a pain. And how these events go off flawlessly is always baffling to me. So again, thank you, everyone who's been involved from that side. People ask me over the last year and a half that I've been involved deeply with the Magento community from the Adobe side, so what are the observations and what do you see? I see a lot of passion and a lot of energy. And I see it in meetings that I have with people in person. There's individuals in this community who just stop me and like, hey, we need to talk about this thing. That's great. I see it on social media. We're very active on social media for sure as a group. But you know why? I think there's one reason on why this is. Why is that the passion and energy? And ultimately, I think it's because we all care. We care, right? We care about businesses. We care about e-commerce. And ultimately, we care about Magento. And I think all of those things drive that passion and energy, and I'm super excited to be part of this. I'm so excited to have met so many people that not only are colleagues, but also friends over time. So let's keep that going. I think that's great. And because of that, Adobe is excited to continue to participate in these events. I mean, you can't miss our booth outside. We love to be a part of as many of these events as we can so that we can get in touch with people, right? And not just behind a website or an online communication. We want to support e-commerce in general by building and scaling businesses, realizing the dreams of different businesses, breaking down barriers, and working with each and every one of you and beyond, right, beyond this room, to create a vibrant and valuable offering for this community. So I'm so happy, again, to be here with the Adobe team. You'll see us around. You'll definitely see us at the after party, so come say hi. Now let's discuss a little bit about Adobe's vision for e-commerce, specifically around Adobe Commerce. To achieve sustainable business growth, brands must invest in digitally transforming their business and stitching together channels, geographies, and security in a holistic customer experience. And that strategy is key. And you'll see it here, in this Adobe Enterprise Cloud sort of picture. And now we're bringing Gen AI capabilities to that Experience Cloud to help businesses continue to recognize that value. Here's a little bit more on the Experience Cloud. The value and power of the Experience Cloud caters to the needs of sophisticated businesses, right? And then there's the 4 pillars you see here on how we're organizing everything from an Adobe Commerce perspective. Some of these slides are familiar, but we want to keep on making sure that people understand that that is the goal and that we continue to drive towards that roadmap. And the Adobe Commerce roadmap is focused on B2B and B2C merchants, helping them differentiate their brand experience and personalize the commerce journey, applying AI at the right times and in the right channels. And it's making an impact. There are definitely businesses, global businesses, that have achieved some impactful results. But that's fine, right? Adobe's also got another job, And that other job is to help the rest of the businesses grow and expand. And to that end, we continue to invest in Magento open source. I keep saying it time after time, and hopefully now we're seeing some of those results. Because, ultimately, Magento open source is the underpinnings for Adobe Commerce. So what I wanted to talk about with this group here today is, and some of you who are in the know already know, right? Along with the community input that Matthias talked about, and I'll get to in a little bit later, where we're driving some of those PRs into the core, we're also now introducing compatibility with PHP 8.3, all the security fixes, performance enhancements. Beta is releasing shortly, and 2.4.7 is releasing in April. So everyone take advantage of this version, which will include all of the community updates that have been going on in the betas to date. And now we'll actually see it in production in April. So I'm super, super excited about that. As always, I continue to be intrigued by the type of businesses that thrive and scale on Magento open source. And today I want to talk to you about one such business, AC Direct. It's a family-run business owned and operated here in Florida itself, founded in 2001. I continue to get surprised, but maybe I shouldn't. You can buy everything online, so why not HVAC equipment as well, right? But it's a great example of a business sort of using the power of the Magento open source platform to deliver to a B2B and a B2C experience in seemingly an industry that I would never have thought was online. So in any case, if you're looking for a furnace, I know a place, and it seems like they've got pretty good customer ratings too, so they must be doing something right. And I didn't tell her I was going to do this, but I'm going to call Shannon out on the spot just so that you know that that quote is not made up. There is a person behind that quote, and Shannon's going to be here all day, so say hi for sure. But, again, thank you, AC Direct, and many businesses such as these for trusting your livelihoods to us on this Magento open source platform. It's super awesome. All right, continuing on to other things that Adobe continues to contribute to for the open source community. So aside from, we talked about the maintenance and support of the code base, we're hoping to help to support the community in some other ways as well. One is the Adobe Commerce Marketplace, right? It's over 30,000 apps created and maintained by folks in this room and beyond to help drive value to a Magento installation. We're also delivering point solutions, business solutions like payments and others in order to help drive increased value in your Magento open source. And just to add that level of transparency and communication, we're trying really hard with our community outreach, more so in a way that we haven't done in the past, through newsletters, through blog posts, through events like these, so that we can all stay in touch and understand what we're all working towards in the Magento community. I'm really happy to tell you about some of the things that are coming up as part of our open source roadmap. One of them is payments. As a lot of you know, near and dear to my heart, but with 2.4.7, payment services will now be available as part of the actual release. And this means merchants worldwide now can quickly enable and accept payment methods for that their consumers really want to use. And you don't have to worry about compatibility because Adobe takes care of all of that. So super excited about that. The other thing is the assurance program for the Adobe Commerce Marketplace. And this is something that not only helps developers, but also helps merchants as well. It's a curated group of extensions that Adobe is really putting its stamp behind and saying, hey, if we if anyone participates in any of these extensions, we'll make sure that the quality and performance is there. We'll make sure that it's going to continue to work with every version of Magento open source or Adobe Commerce that a merchant might want. So it really is trying to take out a lot of the hassle in trying to piece together a solution. So we're super excited about that as well. Hopefully, the goal here is to reduce TCO and go from there. All right. The clock tells me I'm way over, so I'm going to buzz through a couple of these slides. Matthias did a really good job of talking about the community-led prioritization. Parul, who will speak later on today, will get into the details. But my job here is to just remind everyone that we've got this prioritization process that we started over a year ago. And it's been going really, really well in terms of we've stayed true from the Adobe side to making sure we continue to listen to the community, help work with the community, upvote certain things, and then bring those into the open source code base, which we're releasing throughout the year in these beta versions, and then once a year in the formal release. So please continue to stay very, very involved in that. And there's other sessions here on how you can continue to add. And one of my most favorite parts of what I get to do here is the community recognition. Yes, we could always be better about this, but we definitely have a few individuals that I wanted to highlight, that have continued to contribute to the Magento community. There's a few familiar names. If you remember the names from before, we've got a couple of shy people as well. So, update your profile so I can get pictures when I recognize you. And then, what I really love is the diversity of contributions. This time we've got 10 individuals representing 8 countries. And I was so intrigued by how diverse that was. I had to throw up the flags to show that, this is really a worldwide effort, and I love it. So thank you again for all of the contributions, and let's keep going on that. So this slide, and in closing, I want to revisit this slide, just to let people know that, look, we are 2 ecosystems, and just like a family, friends, colleagues, we may not always see eye to eye. We have similarities, we have differences, but ultimately, we're all working together with one another to uplift e-commerce and uplift businesses. And I think for the benefit of our mutual customers, which are basically the merchants around the world, we can support each other in a way to help prop each other up. And the reason behind it is because, as I said in the beginning, we care. And I think if we take that attitude and we work together, based on what Matthias was showing, what the Magento Association is doing, based on the energy in this room, I think the horizon is limitless. So again, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it. It's my honor to, again, come talk to you from the Adobe perspective. And I'm obviously here all day. Please come reach out either through social or in person. Thank you so much.